Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to More People, More Problems with your hosts
Me, Brett.
and me, Chels. And guess what? We've got a special co host on today, our colleague, our co potty, Katie. Woo!
Welcome, Katie.
Woo! Thank
Welcome,
you.
Katie. Welcome.
That
Welcome.
was her wooing in the background.
And now there's like three of us just talking over each other. Amazing. So, Katie, welcome to this Turned Up Tuesday of More People, More Problems. And you actually get to be a participant in this one. Very exciting. Very
You're
exciting.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you. It only took till second season, but I'm
We'll
here.
see. We'll see if you make the cut today.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
This is your audition.
Yeah.
So we're auditioning you. That's actually the secret. So we have a fun episode in store for today. As always, during a Turned Up Tuesday, we drink the whole time. Though I must say that one of the last episodes we recorded, we also drank the whole time. So I'm not sure that
Yeah.
it's like
Might be a new trend.
might just be a new trend. We just can't help ourselves. We just do the review at the end
Yeah.
and talk shit. So no, for this turned up, we're drinking the entire time. You got your typical glass, your bog standard Riesling here, just like a little sloshed
Isn't,
in a bit.
isn't that you're really doing the opposite of what you said last time, which was like the pint glass of wine. Remember the
A
Johnny
mega
Depp?
pint.
The
The
mega
mega
pint.
pint.
I only
Yeah.
have a few sips
Tried.
left, so God, let's hope this lasts me, okay?
It
Hope my
won't.
buzz lasts for the rest of this actual episode. So we've got a fantastic Turned Up Tuesday in store for everyone.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? You know, I love a certain game, and it always seems to come out when we've had a couple of drinks, though it'll be a bit more PG this time, or PG 16 than our typical rendition of
Never, ever,
Would
ever? Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, that's not what we're doing. Not doing Never have I ever thought that one can get dicey, I'll tell you that.
I
You gotta
don't
be
even know
careful.
why that came out. I knew what we were playing and it still came out. That's like maybe what I wanted. I
You
don't
got
know. Another turned up Tuesday. We'll
you
see.
yeah, maybe for another Turned Up Tuesday, but that's an HR nightmare. There never have I ever work edition. I'm like,
I feel like we'd get a lot of viewers.
yeah, yeah. Based on personal experience, ooh, yeah, I don't know. So this
Uh,
is going to be a would you rather, and I love a good would you rather. I really like to throw out some fucked up questions, but we won't do that during this one. This is going to be a would you rather work edition with a couple of spicy ones, possibly. But we'll see. It's going to be up to Katie to decide because she's asking the questions.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
What,
right.
what,
Okay,
what?
so should we just go right into it?
Yeah,
Let's
you
do
tell
it.
us.
We're ready.
Okay. So we're gonna do some work related questions and then we're gonna do some non-work related questions and hopefully they get spicy.
Oh,
But we'll see. We'll
Turn
see.
it up.
Depends on how much the wine's flowing.
it's a Turned Up Tuesday.
Okay, so first one. Would you rather become CEO for a day or receive a bonus?
Oh,
I know what
well,
my answer is.
well then go.
I would rather become CEO for a day because I think that I know everyone's like, yeah, right. But I actually think that experience is invaluable to get that type of experience. And also, like, depends on what your role is relative to the CEO role. Because,
Fair.
Britt, you might be like, I'm coming from senior VP, chief talent officer. Like, I'm fucking good, you know? You might just be like, sign me over the big fat check. But I think for me, like at my phase in my career, being CEO for a day or deputy minister or something of that nature for a day. Me, I prefer probably a week. I'm not gonna lie. It really gives you a taste of what happens at the top ranks, and I think it's invaluable experience.
Yeah, it's funny because my thought process was I've actually thought about like, do I found this is gonna sound like, ugh, but like in a little bit, like, do I start something on my own? Do I want to be a founder? One thing I've come to realize in my time is like, I don't think I actually ever want to be the CEO founder. Like right now, anyways, that's not something I'm attracted to. I like to be like second in command. I like to like help out, dip in, but actually have the availability to dip out when I want to. And I've probably seen too much of what's required of a
Right.
CEO. So that wouldn't be my choice. I'm not particularly motivated by money though in general, never have been. It's always been more experience. So they both don't really appeal to me, which is funny. Like unlike I guess like would you rather where they're both like,
You have to
oh,
pick one.
I
You have
know.
to pick one.
Okay, let's put in the premise that it's like my dream job. Then I'd probably pick the CEO. But if I had to pick careers I've been in, it'd be the bonus.
Got it. Thanks for your honesty, Britt.
You're welcome.
Yeah, money hungry.
Um, okay, so next. Would you rather work in Los Angeles, New York City, or Ottawa?
Oh God.
New York. New York. New
I mean, I
York.
threw the
New
Ottawa
York.
in. New York. Okay, so Brit's New York.
You threw the
You,
Ottawa in? Like, why?
yeah,
Like,
Because I had to give some love. Like, why are we here
yeah,
if we don't
yeah,
enjoy living, like,
family,
living and working?
obligation.
yeah. So it's gonna be Ottawa for me. No, like obviously. You know what? To be honest, the weather is obviously really appealing in LA, but there's something about New York City, and that's where all the big stuff happens. So I'm pretty sure, like
Depends on your industry, I guess.
I
Like, if
guess
you
so.
were in music or film or any of those creatives, you might even pick LA, but yeah, I've always had a dream of moving to New York.
And
Mountains.
like all of the movies and it's all like set in New York and everything. I think it's definitely got this allure. Like, not to say that LA doesn't, but I mean, I've been to LA. Like a lot of it's a dump, So
Yeah.
like, I mean, relative. Like New York
You're
has its
now
areas,
backpedaling. You're now backpedaling.
but
You're like, sorry to any listener that's
listen,
from LA. I
I
just
would pick
think
New York.
New York has like that badass bitch boss energy. And I
Yeah,
like that. I feel like you go there and you're like, I'm gonna run the show.
yeah. But you have to be like well off to do it, though, right? You can't be like
Either
living
LA or New York, you'd have to be.
in a
Ottawa, you
bachelor
don't,
pad.
but LA or New York, you
Can't
do.
be living in a bachelor pad, like a closet rat infested, like co-op or whatever. You'll be doing it up. So
Yeah.
okay, either or, but like I'm choosing New York as well.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I'm pretty
Copycat.
sure I know what your answers would be, but would you rather have an office where you could wear pajamas to work or work in a really fancy office?
Fancy all day long.
Yeah, me too. Because I don't like the idea of wearing pajamas.
Yeah, gross
Yeah.
though. Like, how can you feel like your best self? Like me, I feel like my best self when I'm sitting around in like super nice clothing. I like getting dressed up, like heels, the whole 9 yards. That's what I like.
I mean, I don't like that every day. If you would have said like athleisure, like sexy athleisure, like dressy, I probably would have picked the athleisure set. Like that would have been comfy, still cute, but not pajamas. So I concur. Fancy it up.
Okay.
Fancy it up.
Now,
Wait. Check with Katie. Is that what you thought we'd pick?
that's what I thought
Okay.
because I
You know
feel
it's
like
boss.
that ties into living in New York.
Yeah, valid.
Yeah. Okay. So, would you rather have a terrible boss and a good job or a good boss and a terrible job?
Ooh. Like you're either, oh,
It's
I
like
don't
one or
know.
the other. Yeah.
So a good boss and a terrible job.
So like you're a garbage
Terrible boss.
person picking up garbage every day, but you have a great boss.
Yeah.
That would be a terrible job for me. I'm not projecting on anyone else. That just is something I wouldn't want to do.
Yeah.
Or else you are working in your dream job, but you have a torment of a
As a,
boss.
yeah.
I'm going to go with great job, terrible boss because A, you could just get another job. B, people come and go and you should never align yourselves with a particular leader. Though I will say, just as a caveat to that, some people are assholes and they can make your life flippin' miserable. So actually, I don't know. I don't know. Would you have picked that, Britt?
Yeah, I actually was liking what you're throwing down there.
It's just hard because when you look at mental health and whatnot and the way some people are just like
I think I
so
would
brutal.
I think I would do the dream job, dream industry, terrible boss, and then I'd try and get them fired if I was being really honest.
Love it. It's a
That's
good
Well,
right.
answer.
Badass bitch.
Badass bitch. Like get their asses fired. Yep. Okay. Fair. I stick. I'm sticking.
Okay. So, would you be on a small team or a large team?
small team.
Small team. I like smaller teams. More personable. You do actually get a bit more of an opportunity to get to know each other.
I was gonna say get
And
more of an opportunity to get your hands dirty, like to do more when there's fewer people in
I
general.
like that. And that's so funny enough. I had a much larger team in my previous role and a much smaller, more kind of compact team now. And I was way more hands off in my previous job.
Yep.
because you have to be, like, you don't have a choice, right? But now, I actually do really like digging in, and I do like knowing how everything is done the way it's done, rather just knowing that it's getting done. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So, like, I do get more opportunities to get kind of more in the weeds at times while still having kind of the higher level view.
Yeah, and I mean, real talk, there's a reason I'm not at Shopify. Like, there's a lot of pros and cons with each phase of growth and size of team and different abilities. And the biggest pro as you grow is that you have more scope. You can do more as a group. It's amazing, all those things. But there's some really pretty like gnarly cons as well with it. And
Yeah.
so I think that it's a personal preference, but I
And
would
like
prefer small.
and like ode to our podcast, more people, more problems. Oh my god, the HR headaches
I
you would
know.
deal with much larger teams too. Like, it's way better now that I have a less focused approach, although one person can ruin the bunch, we'll tell you that, or cause a shit
Yeah.
ton of trouble. But, like,
Energy vampire.
energy vampires, just, like, overall suckiness and stuff like that. But yeah, I
Yeah.
guess less of them, the better.
Okay, so next you can tell Chelsea is now getting into like the raunchier side of things.
Oh, come on.
Would you rather eat
Give it a
the
rest.
oldest thing in the office fridge or clean the office bathroom?
Oh, yucky.
Gross, eh?
You go first.
I
Why do
would
you think
clean
it's
I would clean
gross?
the office bathroom.
Yeah, you're sensitive little
There's
tomboy.
no chance I would eat some random moldy shit in the office
No,
fridge.
well, who knows it's moldy? Maybe the longest thing that's been there has only been there for 3 days.
We don't know that, Britt, and
Mm.
you don't know what other people are cooking, what other people are putting in their
I've
food and
just,
shit.
like,
I'd rather
seen
clean the
so many
bathroom.
things in a washroom. Yeah, I agree. They're both disgusting.
Yeah, but just
Do
think
you get
what
gloves?
yeah, but like
Yeah.
just think like whatever they're cooking and the nasty stuff that they're putting in their mouth, like it has to go out somehow. And
I just
imagine,
don't think I
but
could
just
put mold in
imagine
my mouth. I guess
you'd
I like
scrape
blue
that
cheese.
off.
I
I
like
mean,
blue
if I
cheese.
were cleaning the bathroom, I'd wear a mask, I'd wear gloves, I'd have all the
You just have a
cleaning
body
equipment.
bag.
I mean, we're not talking about ideally there's shit stains all over, the place and that we're taking.
Well, we might be, just like there's mold. You don't get
Oh,
to
fuck
decide
yeah,
that.
you're
You don't get to decide.
there's a blowout that's happened in the bathroom and you've got to clean it.
One time, anyways, actually, I shouldn't tell this story, but there's been incidents that I've had to deal with way more to do with washrooms. So I probably have a little like PTSD of that side. So I
Oh
lean
my
towards the
god.
food. But
That's hilarious. What would you pick then? What would you pick?
honestly, I'd probably pick the food. My instinct is food, as disgusting as that is. I think I would force myself to try and eat something.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, well,
You do the
fair.
toilet.
To each their own. I scrub the
Mm,
toilet, I guess.
I'll tell you the story after.
Yeah, woo.
You might change your mind.
After dinner, maybe.
Yeah.
Chelsea,
Mean,
I can always hire you and you can come and clean toilets over at my work.
Ah, God.
do you think
Yeah,
she actually would? No.
Just to give you a taste of your own medicine.
I moonlight as a late night janitor. Yeah, for some extra cash.
Okay. Okay, so now non-work questions. If given the choice of not showering for a week or not brushing your teeth for a week, what would you choose?
Ooh.
Not showering.
Once again, though, context is king here or queen. Like, what activities are you doing all week? Because, like, if I'm working out, if I don't know,
But
I get
you could
picked
still
on
do a
by a child.
Scottish. You could still do a Scottish shower.
What's that? That's just like washing your bits?
Well, it's just with a face cloth, right? So you just,
I
clean the
feel like that's a good
necessary.
that's like well, you could still use mouthwash then.
I couldn't do it. I would do a Scottish shower.
I
I
think
would
I would be opposite. I think I would
Yeah,
do
you would.
flossing and I listen, you're disgusting. I just feel like like the things I don't know, like I just not washing. I mean, I would gargle a lot of cleaning mouth products. I would floss. I just would skip the brushing
I
for a
was
week.
just about to say, "No, you're not allowed to do any of those things," and then I was just waiting for your response saying, "Well, you're not allowed to have a
Yeah,
Scottish."
exactly.
I know, it's not fair.
Well, you're dirty.
Well, Well, I won't do any physical activity. I can promise you
You're
that.
just gonna you're just gonna sit on the couch, like, in
Just
a
gonna
little,
sit
like,
around.
I won't eat anything for a week then.
To
We
each
all
their
know
own.
that's not possible,
Yeah.
but not even for a day.
Yeah. I mean, I can't go 3 hours without having a meal.
I know. Blood sugars, eh?
That's what I say.
Okay, so next one.
Yeah,
Would you
yeah.
rather be able to eat whatever you want and be perfectly healthy or have to sleep only 1 hour every day and be completely rested?
Definitely the food. I love to
Listen,
eat.
yeah, I know we both have our own vices and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I would pick the sleep because, like, imagine how amazing that would be that you only have to sleep 1 hour
But
every
everyone
single
else is
day.
sleeping, so what the heck are you
The amount
doing?
of I don't know, maybe I'm looking at it from a parental perspective. The
Yeah.
amount of personal time that I have to myself is so minimal now. I would just revel in all the time I would be able to have to myself while other people are
Yeah.
sleeping. That's my most productive time when I wake up early and I start working before people wake up. Imagine I could just have 1 hour of sleep from like midnight to 1 a.m. Like all the shit, the TV I could watch,
I
fucking
think
work
you'd
I
get
could do.
bored. I think you'd get bored and lonely. I think it's like maybe I would, I'm projecting.
I'd become a
But I
partier.
would you now? You think so?
Yeah,
Just
just
like a midnight raver, like, "Sorry, kids, heading out for my alone time."
but, like, I could work out, not saying, like, I could work out,
Would you though, Chelsea?
I
Would
could
you?
do all my internet surfing and preserve all my things where I'm, like, ignoring the kids for that time while they're asleep, like, cruising the internet and social media and that. I
I
would
mean,
pick sleep, I would just pick
okay,
sleep.
fair, fair. I would pick food. I would want Yeah, that would just be glorious. I love to eat. Sleep isn't a problem for me. I, like, feel like I'm around and up long enough. I'm like, I love my sleep.
I just, like it's
I
not
love
that I don't
shutting it off.
I sleep well, but I would like, imagine how many hours you could optimize for during the day. Amazing.
Yeah, if I was at a different point in my life, I would pick sleep, but right now, I'm good. It's food.
Yeah, I know. That's fair relative to your current lifestyle
Yeah.
and situation.
Yeah. Okay.
Glad that we all
Okay, that's
agreed.
Just got
yeah.
closed captioning. Chelsea just wagged her tongue at Brittany after we both winked at each other.
Would you rather travel 100 years in the future or 100 years in the past?
The future.
Man, I've seen some weird ass shows though about the future and what might happen and the scarcity of food and like, there's no trees and we're all wearing oxygen tanks and stuff.
Yeah, but Chelsea, think what 100 years ago was.
Yeah, I know. Like you die early, riddled with diseases. But then
No showers or toothpaste.
there's something about the ignorance of it all, you know what I mean? Of just going about your way,
But because 'cause you're traveling there from here.
pillaging and just kind
So
of
yeah,
any day could be
but
your
you're
last.
going there from here. You have this as a point of contact. It's not like
Oh,
you were
damn it.
born and don't know any
Yeah,
different.
that's
You
fair.
know.
It's literally like that show Outlander.
Yeah.
I know. So we're thinking 100 years
Great,
back. So
great show, by the way.
2023. So that's literally right in the Great Depression, like right approaching the Great Depression.
I also just
Oh,
yeah, so
God.
it'd be fucked. And also, I'm so curious about what the future I kinda thought the question is like you travel there, hang out a bit, and then come back, like Outlander, like you bobble around.
You just
And then, like, if you
stay.
know what's happening in 100 years, you can bring those inventions forward. You can, like, save yourself. You can preserve youth. I don't know. There's probably a lot of crazy shit coming our way that, like, I wanna know about and do now or prevent. Let's, like, talk
Yeah,
about,
that's fair.
like, there's so much good that
Yeah,
could come from that.
British just focus on like inventing stuff and like just
I
like
know,
reaping
wealth and, like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
wealth.
No, I came to the and preventing, you
In the
didn't, I did.
preventing disease.
Yeah,
The next
yeah.
strain of COVID, possible.
Planting a bunch of trees,
Planting loads of
doing
Okay, okay, I'm still like I agree with that. Going back at this point 100 years earlier could be super brutal. That's a really difficult time. So I'll go with the future. You've
yeah,
you've won me.
I thought so.
Thanks.
Good decision.
Thanks.
Would you rather be stuck on an island for eternity all alone or with
Mm.
someone you hate?
Oof. Ooh, that's a hard one.
Listen, I would probably pick someone you hate because, like, if you're by yourself, you'll just go nuts at some
Yeah.
point. Like, you need to have someone to talk to, even
Well, at
if
least
you
you have an
hate them.
enemy to fight against.
Like, fight against, maybe you eat them
Oh.
eventually. I mean, you might get hungry, you
Well,
know?
yeah.
I mean,
Hopefully you
possibly, or if they're of the other sex, this could be a Blue Lagoon situation. You
Yeah.
could procreate. You could be a Brooke Shields.
Well, at least they're not related.
Sure, that's fair.
Unless you hate someone. That was a fucked up movie
Were
when
they
you think
brother
back
and
on it.
sister? Were
Yeah.
they brother and sister?
Maybe cousins, but I know they were related. I just watched the Brooke Shields
Yeah, the doc.
documentary, and then she talks about it and, like, how much backlash she got, which is stupid because she shouldn't have. The fucking producers, the
Yeah,
directors, all
and her
they should have.
mother.
But it is, like, it's yeah, but it's messed up, like, when you think about it. It's like anything you look back, when you progress and you have more, profound thoughts, let's say, when you look back, it's crazy to be like, "That's how they thought, that's how they did things,
Yeah,
that
how
was
did they allow
okay."
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But I
But
think
back to
that
the question,
back to
enemy
the
for
question,
sure.
I would just go with an enemy.
Yeah, me too.
I think you can't be like Castaway, like, he goes nuts, right? He
Yeah.
only talks to a fucking beach ball or something.
And I would bargain that you'll become friends because if you're the last two people,
Possibly,
you'll
or,
or
like,
you'll be like
hate
enemies for
sex.
life and you'll eat them. You right?
Sex.
Hate sex? Is that what you just said? Any way to procreate, folks. We need to build a
And
village.
it also doesn't have to be procreate. This could be same sex. You could explore all kinds of horizons here. I'm just saying there's options.
No judgment.
No judgment.
Okay. Would
Katie's
you?
judging by that.
No, 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 I'm not. I know where Chelsea her
Yeah, I
mind
know.
goes, and
Sorry,
it's funny.
I'm cutting it off.
Would you rather be the funniest person or the smartest person in the room?
Funniest.
Oh, yeah, you would say that.
I would. Well, I
Mm,
mean, because I am.
uh,
So, I mean, like, it's worked out for me so far.
debatable, but
Listen, who you been talking to?
I don't think I would ever be the funniest, even if I thought I was. So I probably'd say smartest. Um, in life, people laugh at me more than they laugh with me.
No, no.
I mean, at least I know self-awareness. No, I think I'd want to be the smartest.
Cool.
Fuck you.
All right.
Uh,
Would you rather have one wish granted today or three wishes granted 10 years from now?
oh, I like that one.
So, here's a question. I'm going to pull an Aladdin on you. Can your one wish be that you get more wishes?
No.
Uh-oh.
Damn it.
That was a good
That
one,
didn't
though.
That
work
never
out for
flies.
Aladdin either, did it? Fuck.
You are funny sometimes.
I know. Well,
Um,
I told you. Funniest person in the room,
I would
obviously.
pick. I guess it would depend. Right now in my life, I would pick one right now. But I think at different parts of my life, I would delay. Like I think it all depends when you get asked that question.
I actually do think I could do the three wishes in 10 years. Like, I could delay the gratification. And the only reason, if you'd asked me that 10 years ago, I probably would not have said that in any way. But I feel like the time passes so quickly. I mean, like, I'll just take it like contextually. My daughter is 10 years old in October. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how did that even happen? And I don't even know where that time's gone. It just keeps passing and passing. So I feel like if I said, yeah, 10 years, I get three wishes, amazing. I'm still young enough to enjoy my wishes. Not like I'm like 82 or anything.
But I think it's all relative to how much you want to wish right now versus like I get that 3 is better than 1, so can you
And your
delay?
level of contentness, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and
Like
what,
it's
like,
like what is happening? What's one thing you want now, and is it worth sacrificing 3x that later? That's what I mean by like it's like
yeah.
obviously you're very content, so that's great. What like get 3 in 10 years? Obviously, I'm not. I'm sure.
Let's talk about self-worth in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just bring it back.
Uh,
Yeah, I'd go with 3 and 10. I would definitely go with 3 and 10.
okay, I would do the opposite.
Okay.
Cool.
So this is our last one. And It's, would you rather live in a world where you dance instead of walk or sing instead of talk?
Oh, mine would be dance instead of walk because I can't sing, I can't hold a tune, an accent, anything. So I gotta just talk my normal voice. So I'll dance everywhere. Boop.
Oh, you're singing at the same time.
Well,
Um,
fair. No,
like,
really.
I could see you answering that, and, like, I can do neither of those things, obviously, well, in any aspect, the dancing, the singing, but I do find I like to sing, and sometimes I even get on team meetings and sing out a couple of different things I'm saying to people,
Like
like, to
what?
a
Give me an
tune.
example.
Like, I'll get on a meeting like, "Okay, guys, let's talk about it," or, like, like, it's I don't know, it's just super weird, or, like, I'll say different things and it'll just come to my mind a verse that is relatable in the discussion, but it's, like, from a song, so I'll just, like, sing it out, like, jokingly. I feel like I could probably do that, like, I could probably turn much of what I say into some sort of musical.
Well, you can sing it and I'll just behind you like pat-a-barang, just like pat-a-barang.
Out of her brain, just like
And jazz hands.
and yeah, so exactly, so perfect interpretive kind of dance related to my musical vibes, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I do it well. No way.
Okay, I got
I could
one
do it.
off the books. Would you rather
Ooh, going off
have the
course.
best job, like the most satisfying job for the rest of your life, but get paid below like standard of living? Let's say like 10K below that. So you struggle in all aspects of money, or be a millionaire but have to work in a job that you hate every day.
That's a good question.
There's ways you could go about it and think about it, you know?
What would you pick? I can't even I honestly I can't decide. I mean,
I mean, let's play out. So if you picked the millionaire but like work a job that you hate, reality is you would do that job but you'd probably find passions and like productivity, love in other areas because you'd have money to spend in other ways.
yeah,
So you just wouldn't use your job as your main point of fulfillment. Whereas
it's just good.
in the other situation, but I guess if you could, and you'd have to manage time and all that. In the other situation, you would have purpose, fulfillment, all of that, but you would have to marry rich, find someone that could support, or live a life that's
Some
full
people
of a
do
lot of
that.
money challenges.
Yeah, some people do that, hun. But listen, listen. Okay, when you put it that way, you've broken it down nicely for me. I would probably pick be a millionaire with a job that I hate, and the reason my perspective from this is because I have a family, and it would be very difficult to like financially support a family and all the amazing things that they might want to do if I can't even put food on the table and I'm worried about bills and that. And so I'm thinking like maybe I don't have a spouse at this point. Like if it's just me sole provider, I think I would sacrifice my happiness at work, get my happiness from other things outside of work, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think we can't have it all the time, in every way. So, yeah, that's probably what I would do.
Okay, good answer.
What would you do though? What did you didn't you broke
I
it
think it'd
down.
be
You didn't pick.
depend. I think you nailed it. It depend on like dependence and support system. I mean, I'd like to think that I would pick the amazing, fulfilling job and purpose. Um, but I sit in a very privileged position that makes me allowed to not think about money. So I don't think it's very realistic.
Mm,
Um, So I think, the latter is probably just more realistic when you think about life, how expensive it is nowadays. Like, I think this is why it's so hard. And I purposely did extremes. Like, I'm not saying like make minimum wage. I'm saying like make lower than that. Cause I think if it was a middle
struggle.
ground, yeah, if there's a middle ground, I'd pick the middle ground, like that's the truth. But
Well,
otherwise, I'd probably pick
that's the
some,
gloriousness of would you rather.
I know,
And
you
like I
just
like
love
to
it.
say to people when I put out the questions, there's a gun to your head. which one would you rather? You have to pick.
As we know, Katie tried to get out of one.
Yeah,
She's
I
like,
took the gun
I'm
to the
deceased.
head.
I'm
She was
deceased.
not
We're like,
permitted.
no, no.
No, well, then we pointed the gun elsewhere and she made a decision, right?
You now sacrificed your boyfriend, your best
Yeah.
friend. You're
Yeah.
like, make a
Yeah.
decision.
If you can't make a decision, they're all gone. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
geez,
I love
just so fucked more.
it.
Anyways, this isn't our usual podcast content. So if you're tuning in for the first time and you're like, who are these crazy girls? We do talk about real things too, but this is our fun, spicy side.
I
So get
liked
with
this
it.
one. This was fun. I love a good game of Would You Rather. It just
Um,
really brings good
if
emotions.
you want to get to the rated R, text Chelsea. Just, reach out, see what she throws out to you. I can
You don't want to
guarantee
know.
she has
You
some
don't want
zingers.
to. You don't want to
She
know.
might even sing
That's
it for you. Who knows?
yeah. That's for just for the OnlyFans. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. JK, I don't have an OnlyFans account.
You better not. Just keeping that secret from us?
Yeah.
Jeez. Anywho, well, I mean, with that, do you have any more would you rathers?
Listen, I was trying to think of one really quickly on the spot, and I can't. So I'm not going to sit here and go. I think we did some great ones.
Yeah.
I'll maybe think of one for later and
Okay,
just
one of the
throw it
wine
out.
times.
Throw it
Well,
out during a wine time.
okay. Katie, thank you. I think you did pretty damn good. I'm impressed. We might invite you back.
We might. It's possible.
We'll debate.
We'll see.
Not debate. We'll discuss after.
Well,
And
thanks
we'll
for
come back.
having me and looking forward to discuss later.
A
Yeah, perfect.
performance appraisal, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay, love you girls. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.